And it doesn't need to be in your face. It doesn't need to be overt. But I think we do need to understand that ultimately, we're engaged in a fight,
for the survival of our culture.
For the survival. This is existential. This is an existential crisis Ireland is in. And, I think that, maybe people maybe they have reservations about some aspects. You need to start thinking about it. You need to start talking about it. You need to start listening to people who have been through it and who understand it. Because what you're hearing on RTE and elsewhere is lies. And if you continue listening to those lies, your country's gone. That's my fear.
And it's going to do you harm. They are corralling you into the slaughterhouse. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. But I think it would be wonderful if we could find a bunch of musicians. We have some already, singers, songwriters, who will write new music.
Yeah.
For a new moment in Irish history.
Yeah.
So that we have as we roll on to the next phase of our history, hopefully intact.
And John, tell them the name you're thinking of for the project.
Well, the name I came up with was Proclamation.
That's perfect.
Because I think that's what we need, is a proclamation in music and song of our intent to defend our country with all our might and all our main and all our hearts, because it's the only country we have. These people who come here, they have other countries. This is the paradox and irony of it. Like, they have homes. They go back to them on their holidays. Once they get the social welfare lined up to be sent out to them. We don't have other countries to go to. This is our home. This is our country, and we're going to we have to make sure that we how are we going to lie on those deathbeds, and know that it's not, our children are being deprived of that one prize, that homeland, that place to lay their heads, and rest, in a place that they can know themselves and know that they are safe in the world. I really think we need to start thinking seriously about this, and that's what I think the proclamation. That's what it's about. It's a proclamation in song.
Yeah. But no, when you look into if you're out there, anybody that's that's starting to realise what's going on, you're gonna have to really look into the eyes of your children and look at all that promise and all that, all that potential that they have. That's all going to be stifled. They're not going to let that flourish,
Oh no.
And I'm reminded of that. Bob Marley lyric actually is that just coming into my mind. Sheriff John Brown. Like, every time I plant the seeds, doesn't let it grow.
Well, in fact, there's a very dark menace in this, Stephen, as you know, where these people are saying it openly to the Irish: you'll be gone in 20 years.
Yeah.
Now, that's a very serious threat, which I think we should listen to and take seriously.
We need to take it seriously. I don't think, like, it's well past the point of ignoring. You cannot ignore it now. I don't understand how anyone could say, oh well, it's going to go away, or someone else is going to sort it.
There's a terrible paradox here, Stephen, which is really strikes me as being so almost funny. They keep calling people racist. But do you know what the most racist thing of all is? It's the view of these people who call us racist, who look at these people who come in here, and because they have black faces or brown faces, they decide that they're not like other human beings, that they're not capable of greed or lust or violence or any form of evil.
Or taking an advantage if they can get one.
That's pure racism.
Yeah.
That's the black baby racism.
Yeah. The Troker box is the single greatest psyop ever played on the Irish child. It's the single greatest psyop ever played on the Irish. That has that has created these miscreant adults who just they're pathologically
I call
generous with other people's money.
I call it the dictatorship of compassion.
Yeah.
That it's like you have to be compassionate to people because they're black. No, you don't. Any more than if they were pink.
Yeah. You treat everybody. You treat everybody as they deserve to be treated.
Yeah, exactly.
I treat everybody with respect, and I teach my kids to treat everybody with respect. You don't get any preferential treatment because you might display some immutable characteristic. I think it's
and these people, let's get this straight. Like, these people are welcome to Ireland as tourists, to come to work, to come to study, on short-term visas or whatever, to come and play music for sure, to share their music with us for sure. They're more than welcome. But don't come here saying you're Irish and you're taking our homeland, because we don't like that.
No. And that's the line we're going to have to draw, John. That's the line. We have no choice but to draw that line, because our very survival depends on it. So I'm looking at the clock here, whereas, geez, we've talked. I'm going to give you the last word, because there's few in the country who can deliver a last word. I guess.
I don't know. I think we're running out of words now. But well, I think that this moment, Stephen, is the most urgent in all our history. I mean, that sounds like a very extravagant statement to make when we have the legend of Pearson, Connolly, and McDonough and those guys, Clark. But actually, in a certain sense, the situation we face is far, far worse than what they faced. Maybe not the immediacy of the danger, but the existential threat to Ireland is far greater now. This is terminal. This is the last chance. If we don't stop this, if these people don't give up and stop what they're doing, if we do not see Harris and Martin running for the hills within a couple of years, then this country is finished. And that will, the implications of that, I really want to tell people, like, you need to sit down with yourself. You don't need me to tell you, but I'll just give you the kind of method. Sit down and think, what is going to happen? What is going to happen the day that there is more of them than there is of us? Do you think your compassion is going to go very far then? Do you think they'll kind of say, oh, thanks very much for letting us in, sir? No, they'll say, are you still here? You still here, Paddy? Shouldn't you be gone?
And on that note, boys and girls, it was a pleasure. John, as usual. I'll stop recording now.